Yeah, no, I think it's not really like anything in the sense that it's basically about being present. It's basically about being present in a given set of circumstances with the tactics that your character has to employ to achieve an objective, and it's about doing that with some form of immersion, some form of forgetfulness of what came before, because you are just in now. You're in a present moment of time. So if it's like anything, it's like a sort of slightly Zen poem. It should be, I guess.
It's funny because like, as you're saying, I was thinking about the instructions that he's giving to his daughter. That's almost like you get from an actor.
Yeah.
Be here, be strong.
Yeah.
Those are all things that you kind of need to know, aren't they?
Absolutely. And no, I love my job, and I know what Kim means. I mean, it's a real thrill when you hit the sweet spot. But you can't even sit in that for very long, to be honest. I don't know, maybe it's more like free falling than flying for me. It's just there are good moments and terrifying moments and fantastic elating moments. It's an evolving course of likeness to anything else. It's nothing fixed for me.
Do you like the terrifying moments?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, that's why I put myself in positions of doing things I haven't done before, like that, or presenting, I don't know, an awards ceremony, or doing things I haven't done, and I don't like to repeat myself too much. So, you do one, and then loads of offers come for the same kind of role, and that's the same with life and the other opportunities that where I'm at the moment are kind of offering me. I like to keep things fresh. So yeah, the fear is a massive drive, actually. Absolutely, I think it is for any performing artist. You have to take risks, and it doesn't always involve the most extreme risk, but yeah, I think in order to kind of keep it fresh, it's really important to kind of galvanize yourself with that.
Another question, maybe something for Adam over here. Yes.
Well, I have a kind of question for everyone here. Maybe it's a bit too straightforward about the plot, but I'm just really captivated by the screenshot when James and Ace are standing, and between them there's this door frame. And I have this feeling that this door frame somehow symbolizes some kind of conflict. And if you could just say something about, simply what went on between these people? Just maybe it's a bit straightforward, but.
It's not a door frame, but it is a divide. It's not a door frame to lead into a question, unlike the place that they appear and disappear from, when James disappears and where Lila appears from. It is a divide. I think it's quite a conscious screen divide, and it's about two people who have come to different places, having been together, and they come back together with that sort of Apache handshake, that competent sign of command, of loyalty, of bondedness, of blood brotherness, of that band of brothers sort of ethos. And without going into too much detail, because like I said, Patrick's going to write something which will probably flesh the story out. I don't want to spoil it, but I think it doesn't take too much of a genius to work out that there's a military history, and he owes him a massive favour. Basically, he got Wallace out of a huge deal of trouble. Wallace, we sort of decided, was more special ops, and James might have been more of a straightforward commander of a company that had him underneath his wing and was basically trying to protect him. And the heat that Wallace brought got the whole company into trouble. But they knew that he was the prize goal of this company because of his mission, so they kept him alive and sacrificed a lot of the other company in a moment of battle. So that's kind of the little favour. That's the bond. It's that's the thing that joins them. And it's a favour that he's just, he knows it's just there to be called on at any point in time. So I think that divide is about, where they've both gone since, and then the handshake is about the fact that they're back in each other's worlds again.
And the darkness that Patrick was using with the doorway, the one thing he said is that the scariest thing is the unknown. That the more dark you put into it, and the more you make suggestive, is the scariest part, especially for ex-soldiers and that kind of thing. That's where he was going.
There's also this sense too that that obviously Wallace is trying to get behind, but James still isn't everywhere. Just the way he disappears. He still is practicing those skills in a very conscious way, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. And then there is obviously Patrick touched on the Jungian thing of shadow selves, and something that emerges from the darkness is very potent in the film. These are nocturnal creatures and people who operate undercover, literally. So it's about maintaining a low profile. So that works obviously very well on film when you step into when you're in darkness, and that's played tonally with throughout the film.
So why Russia again, Nick?
Why not? I did a movie in Russia, in Moscow, and I learned how to swear. So why not? Ironically, this week.
That matters to me. That does matter to me. So that is a huge part of what we produce.
Yeah, but
and we did on this.
But to do the personal touch, to do the thing where Benedict actually spoke to everybody and everybody, there was no distance. You know, it wasn't the actor, you can't look at him, it's the producer who's here to help, along with the other producers. And I thought that was quite sort of, that was cool.
Yeah, there were obvious crisis meetings that we had to pull when the script wasn't working or something wasn't coming another way. And with Benedict not only having to be in his character of Wallace, but he would have to remove himself from that with having all the makeup and all the prosthetics, but he would be in those meetings, in every meeting, figuring these things out.
Looking like a horror show, yeah.
No, but also because of his relationship with Patrick, he was there all the way, and he's great. We love him.
Aww.
I just agree with whatever she said.
Well, and on that note of disharmony, let's thank these guys for being here. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, just the bit of a thank you. Or cheers up. You'll be coming back every year, I know you. When I Ben, would you mind just stepping over here for a minute? Sorry, no, I don't want to be in here in front of all these people, but just a little thank you. I know you're not a fan of the against the word against, so we would just call it a thank you award.
The thank you.
Thank you for making our lives easier by actually supporting independent cinema, which is what we're trying to do here. Meaning, do your own thing and not being afraid to make those choices and do things that you're proud of, which we're very happy about. So thank you very much from all of us, from the city, obviously, clearly, everyone agrees that you
Pierwszy raz w życiu widzę coś takiego. Co? Pierwszy raz w życiu. O co chodzi? Nie wiem. Ona odciska palce z ustawę już.
Thank you very much.
The award's called Against the Current to indicate the idea of the independent spirit, that it doesn't have to swing or swim or fly or journey in any particular fashion with the mainstream, that it can do something different and alternative. And that's a bit perverse if you're an actor. I think I care about very, very much when I said about the fact that what I want to support is an independent spirit, and what I talked about, the sort of coherent family of filmmaking. And when you think about what independent film is, it's not just low-budget films by unestablished talents and new talents such as Patrick. It's also the fact that people as extraordinary as Mike Leigh, as Woody Allen, as Ken Loach struggled to get finance for their films. And that's why independent film will continue to need support from whatever avenue it can get it. And if I can help with that with our company, what we